What's going on, Drinking Buddies? Brand new podcast. But real quick, you know what we gotta do first. We gotta bring some money into this motherfucker. So unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard that we got a Patreon that launched in September. That is the home of the video versions of this podcast now, and a lot of other exclusive content that is not just in Now We Drink stuff. I literally just did a scavenger hunt for my first 12 patrons. Made custom videos for them, and we're having a lot of fun over on Patreon, so you should join the Patreon for all this exclusive content and all this extra behind-the-scenes bullshit at patreon.com/MattSlayer. Once again, that's patreon.com/MattSlayer. You can join the Patreon for as little as $3 a month. That is literally 10 cents a day. Are you telling me that this podcast and supporting this podcast isn't worth 10 cents a day to you? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy to me. So give me your dimes. Come join at patreon.com/MattSlayer. We are also brought to you by my Twitch stream. That's right. I'm sure you're well aware of it. But I've been Twitch streaming since the beginning of the pandemic at twitch.tv/MattFandSlayer. Come hang out, do some shots. Thursday is community game night. Join the community. Come play some games with us. It's a lot of fun. Once again at twitch.tv/MattFandSlayer. That's it for the ads this week. I will get a new ad agent and there will be real ads again. Oh yeah, the podcast is ad-free on Patreon. So another reason to join the Patreon once the ads start coming back, because we're going to get some lengthy ad reads on this motherfucker. My guest this week, returning for who knows how many fucking times, musician, fellow Twitch streamer, Raanen Bozzio. If you ever wanted an insight of what it's like for me and Raanen to just hang out and shoot the shit, this episode is it. This is the Seinfeld of a Now We Drink episodes. It really just goes everywhere and has no real fucking purpose. We just had a lot of fun with it. Real silly. I almost forgot. If you're in LA tonight, October 28th, 2021, Raanen is playing out at Viper Room at 11 o'clock with his band Chainflower. Check it out. Tickets are available on Eventbrite or at the door. Go support Raanen. So sit back, relax, pop a cold one, and enjoy, Drinking Buddies. Apparently I'm loud enough that she warned her coworkers.
Warned. Are we going right now?
We are going right
Okay,
now.
That's what I figured. That's good. This is good, natural conversation that I just interrupted. Okay, so who are her coworkers?
She's a bartender.
Okay, so she's like, hey, look, this guy's going to come in. I have to tell you, he's real loud.
He's the loudest human I know.
But at least you're not saying brutally offensive things while loud. Only on this podcast. So that's.
Oh, I did them in person. You know I did. You know I fucking.
I guess so, but maybe not to a bartender or in earshot of a bartender. I feel like what kind of establishment are we talking about here?
A kind of bar that would serve me.
Well, I feel like most bars would serve you, whether you like to or not.
Yeah, they do serve me, even if they don't want to.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't get 86 very often.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't strike me as a person who gets really fucked up and then gets banned from the establishment that they're going to. You know.
I can't actually think of a bar I've been banned from in recent memory.
I've never been banned from a bar. I've been banned from somebody's apartment complex one time.
How the fuck did that happen?
Well, this is also banned in quotation marks because that's according to the person whose apartment this was. I was banned for a certain amount of time, and then all of a sudden I wasn't banned anymore. So I don't know if it was just a temporary self-imposed ban or what the deal was.
Was this a female?
No, it wasn't. So this is a friend of mine who we would always go to his place in Hollywood to pre-party. This is 2011, 21-year-old Raanen just started drinking at his peak of wildness, you know what I mean? Not eating before going out, you know what I mean? Just being a dirty 21-year-old.
As you do.
Absolutely, yeah, and especially having it been stifled. It's kind of the weird toss up. You try and figure out, was it a good thing that I didn't start drinking till I was 21, or was it a bad thing? And I feel like overall it ended up being good. But yeah, those first couple of years getting into it are rocky. There's a lot of learning experiences.
But you didn't die, so it's fine.
No, I haven't died yet. Knock on wood. Doing good. I feel like
we have a wood table to knock on now.
It's great. You're gonna need it for this podcast for sure. It's great because I feel like I'm just not going to die. You know what I mean? I feel like 98% of the world, they all die, but that 2%, they stay strong. You know what I mean? Keep living forever. But, we'll get there later. Anyway, going to this person's place, we always went to pre-party. And then a lot of the times after we went to the club, we would post-party. And went back to his place. I was trying to mac on this fine Swedish babe. I wish I could remember her name because it was like a really wild ass, hella Swedish name, like something that I've never heard before. You know what I mean?
It had umlauts and other symbols that I don't recognize.
Absolutely, yeah. It was something where like it looked like one thing and it sounded like a completely different thing. But yeah, I was trying to mac on her. And then I remember, I was like, I'm going to go outside for a second. I went over to my friend's balcony and I puked off the balcony. And he's probably like the second or third floor, up from this place. And yeah, I guess all the puke landed in the people below his place's, property. And they had cameras apparently that's caught me on tape committing this horrendous act. And yeah, I mean, thinking back on it, probably not the best place to puke is off somebody's balcony, but it depends on what balcony. This is one of those apartments where the patio is facing inward towards the pool. Had I done it outside towards, Hollywood and Highland or whatever, I'm sure I would have been fine. You know what I mean? It's just another pile of puke in a veritable sea of vomit, or unknown human fluids.
Animal, human, who knows what's out there.
Yeah, exactly. Extraterrestrial, But yeah, so that got me, I guess the next day he sent me a text. He's like, hey, or, maybe a couple days later, hey, they saw you puking and you're not allowed to come to my apartment anymore. And like 4 or 5 months later, I was allowed to go back. So it was all good.
They forgot about you. But You mentioned extraterrestrials. I just thought that was the worst idea ever. Imagine aliens come to Earth and the first thing they fucking see is Hollywood and Highland.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of bad first impressions that the city of LA alone, but really, the whole world, depending on where the aliens decide to land, it could be really smooth for them or really terrible. You know what I mean? They land in the middle of a Klan rally. I'm not sure it's going so well. You know what I mean? But they come to I don't know. See, I feel like Hollywood and Highland, even though they wouldn't be impressed, they would be accepted. You know what I mean?
Someone would be trying to take their picture with them and get an autograph from them.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd make like $20 easy.
$20 every 5 minutes, man. Those guys are killing it. Speaking of people making money in Hollywood and Highland, I saw the greatest Hollywood and Highland scam recently.
This has to be good.
Yeah, I've been hanging out. I've been hanging out around.
Have you just been drumming on buckets
lately
at Hollywood and Highland recently?
No, this isn't me. I observed this scam, and
I'm just wondering why you're at Hollywood and Highland.
Yeah, it's a long story. We'll get into it later, but I have been attending Hollywood and Highland more than often. You know what I mean, or at least that area. And so there's this guy doing the card trick hustle, the 3-card Monty, if you will.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Classic, right? And it's pretty easy when he's trying to get the pigeons. You know what I mean? He's kind of got it all signed up. But there's many people in on this hustle. And I think that is at, its biggest fault unknowingly, because they're way too ambitious with the hustle, right? They go, okay, anybody come up, bet $1, win $1, bet $1,000, win $1,000, right? And so these guys that are all clearly from the same place, wherever they're from, you can tell, and they're going, oh yeah, I'll bet. What about, I'll find $1,000. He goes to his friend, you have $1,000? He's like, no. He's like, we'll put some money together. 500. Okay. Yeah, we have 5. We'll do 1,000. No. 500. Yeah, sure. 500. Okay. You want to do it? Okay, cool. Let's do it. Plays the game. does the 3-card Monty, and it's like the easiest tell. You can see like this is the card. It's moving. He's moving it really slow, and he's not doing any sleight of hand. Okay, there it is. And the guy who's bet all this money, $500, picks the wrong card. That's obviously the wrong card. Anybody who was standing around saw it and was all like, all right, motherfuckers, like, we know what the fuck is going on. And then this lady next to him goes, oh, I'll bet. And she puts down $1,000. Okay, plays the game, blah, blah, blah. She picks it. Oh my God, I just won $1,000. Like, oh, it's so amazing. Everybody rejoices. It's like, wait, you guys look like you're like fucking related. Like this isn't a good scam at all. And secondly, you're going way too high. You're shooting way too high, trying to scam people into betting like $500, $1,000. Nobody's gonna fucking believe that. We're all just like, everybody's standing around just like, oh man, you know, you kind of feel bad for them because like, all right, if you're gonna hustle the 5, hustle the 15, hustle the 20, make it believable. And they're hustling like $500, $1,000, like planning to retire in 1 hour. And I'm like, man, they are either not going to make any money or one really dumb tourist is going to fucking make their day today.
Well, all I know is I have a ski mask and a gun and Hollywood Highlands walking distance. Let's get paid, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Just pull up on them.
Like, yo, I hear you got $1,000.
There's a gang. You better watch out. They got people posted at every corner, though. They'll all jump up on you. Oh, man. So, yeah, I felt...
Shoot out at Hollywood and Highland. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. If you're going to shoot out, that seems to be the more popular location lately. It's right on that street corner. That's where Citizen is apparently posting all the...
I know.
Although, you know, I would say in more recent months, the shootings have gone down. I would say around the early stages of COVID, they were kind of going up for a minute, and then they kind of settled. So I think overall, we're doing pretty good.
No, Citizen's just been giving me bizarre shit recently, like man exposing himself and brandishing machete.
Yeah, it's always something like that. Ice pick, you know what I mean? Like person with broom chasing after people.
Someone robbed the WSS earlier.
Nice.
They robbed the shoe store,
and they had a. What did it say? Man running rampant with steel-toed boots.
Oh man, yeah. Watching the Citizen app around here is like, the fuck.
I don't fuck with it. I have enough problems in life. I don't need to know what's actually happening. I'm fine with the Truman Show effect. You know what I mean?
Oh no, it turns into a bit on this fucking show.
Yeah, that is true. You need, if you need content, Citizen is.
It's like, what the fuck is happening around me? Holy shit! Like, I pay too much rent for this craziness.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Hollywood, and you could say that about downtown too, where you just have like really expensive properties and some of the slummiest fucked up shit going on, you know, within sight distance. You know what I mean? You could throw rocks at more fucked up shit from your palatial penthouse than you could imagine. Then actually, you know, it should be allowed.
But when you live downtown, you expect to step over human shit to get into your door.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the same with Hollywood now, especially over the past 2-3 years, you know?
Not my block in Hollywood. Like,
you're a little further east, so yeah, you're in the eastern block of Hollywood.
Right, I get to avoid all the tourism bullshit.
Yeah, that is true. But then also you deal with the East Hollywood bullshit, which is a lot of madness as well. Oh, yeah. A lot of fun madness. Yeah, you get the... rest in peace to the East Hollywood Food for Less. And whatever was going on in the junkyard of a parking lot that they had.
Hey man, that's where I used to buy my groceries. I'm actually kind of upset about that shit.
Yeah, and you could also pick up a car bumper there.
Couple hubcaps. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep the whip looking fresh.
Yeah, and you know, what's a CD binder, you know, that somebody discarded.
I had some homeless person at that Food for Less roll up to me, and I must have been after I freshly shaved my head, just like, "Thank you for your service, sir. Do you have $1?" I'm like, the fuck?
Jarhead Matt Slayer over here.
Yeah, no stolen valor here, man. I didn't serve, and no, I don't have $1 for you.
Oh yeah, see, you should have just gone with the service thing and been like, "Yep, that's why I'm not going to pay you that $1 today. I fought for your freedoms. Some paid Everybody paid a price. Some paid the ultimate price.
And you paid $1 that I'm keeping.
Yeah, that's a quality food for less too when they have a giant locker at the front. Giant lockers for everybody because you're not allowed to bring your backpack in or any bag because there's so much shoplifting going on. But two, it's weird that like food for less, you'd think it'd probably be easier actually to go like shoplifting in a Ralph's or maybe a little something more upscale, like Gelson's, whatever. I feel like the security is far less high.
Oh, no.
There.
The Gelson's over here has fucking profiling ass security.
They have armed guards.
They do. And that motherfucker profiled me and my roommate when we were in there. And we rolled in there to grab some food for a fucking 4th of July party. And he just rolled directly up to us like, hey guys, how you doing? Like, oh. Apparently we don't belong. He can just smell the lack of tax bracket on us.
What were you wearing? Yeah. Man, I don't know. I guess Gelson's does kind of have that air about them where it's like, yeah, you have to dress up to get into Gelson's. You have to wear a collared shirt and they're not going to let you in. No sleeveless.
No jeans and Gelson's.
Yeah, exactly. No sandals.
You got to grease the fucking doorman to get into Gelson's.
Absolutely. Well, at the West Hollywood one for sure.
Yo, man, I just need a steak. How much to get in? Come on.
He's like, sorry, man, we ain't letting you guys in.
My friend's already in there. Come on.
It's kind of full. We're at capacity right now. We actually just ran out of steaks, man. Sorry. You go try Ralph's down the street. Maybe food for less is more your speed.
Dude, that'd be an amazing bit to just like throw on a security uniform and then stand at the door at Gelson's and just act like the doorman, like completely unsolicited.
Until you get sued by Gelson's instantly.
I'll call the police on you before they sue you.
They say, you know what I mean. They're going to send their armed guards, their SWAT team.
The Gelson SWAT.
They're all in beige.
Down on the ground, motherfucker. You're impersonating a Gelson's officer.
You don't deserve our displays. We
have Wolfgang Puck in here, motherfucker.
You're not
How
good.
dare you?
You're not good enough to turn the stickers away from the apples. Oh shit! That Wolfgang Puck though is pretty good. That Wolfgang Puck Express, I'll have to say, you can get down with that every now and then.
If they'll let you in.
Yeah. See, I feel like that's the easy way. That's like you can go to the side entrance. You can get Wolfgang Puck, but you better not be C. You better, be in and out. Or else,
right, and you can't go into produce, man.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to let you into the VIP section.
That's just roped off.
Yeah. The exotic foods and the fine wines and cheeses. Like, no way in hell. Don't even look at that, bro.
They really do have, like, fine wines and cheeses in that motherfucker.
Yeah, see, they do, but, like, I feel like it's equivalent to like Trader Joe's. Like their stock is all about their display. That's what it is. It's all about, well, yeah, we face the apples this way. So
I mean, they're not Erewhon. They're not fucking Erewhon.
Yeah, see, I haven't even been inside an Erewhon. So.
Oh, dude, Erewhon has bottled water like for $20 a bottle.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
That's genius marketing. I love that.
Yeah, it's like cloud water or some shit.
Yeah. There's some evil masterminds behind that shit.
Like, if we market this shit well, some rich motherfucker will pay for it because it's healthier.
Well, did you notice that Erewhon sounds like some sort of a 16th century demon name? You know what I mean? Like Dante's Inferno, you get this 8th level, it's fucking Erewhon. The giant winged beast. Fucking breeze fire.
You summon Erewhon, you get some chicken soup.
Yeah, it has scales made of hummus.
The audience is like, what do we tune into this week?
They have no idea what Erewhon is.
Like, that is LA bougie fucking grocery store. It is like top tier bougie.
Is it beyond LA? Like probably in
no.
Or, really?
I think the Erewhon is purely in LA with.
That's fucking amazing. Erewhon and probably Gelson's too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're both LA institutions. That's good shit.
I can't even spell Erewhon, so I can't even Google it properly.
If you actually type it out, a curse will be put on you. So it's good.
What's hilarious is I misspelled Erewhon, and Gelson's popped up as an ad. Gelson's like, yeah, that's
they
right.
heard us talking about him. Michael Dell's trapped in there with a with a styrofoam cup to his ear.
What the fuck?
No Erewhon locations beyond LA.
I can't find it. I can't spell Erewhon properly.
Erewhon. Oh shit! No. Too bad there's no green screen effect for that. I'm sure you can put an explosion in there.
No, I am not putting that much effort into this fucking post.
That's for Patreon subscribers only.
Oh, the video is only for Patreon subscribers these days. Oh, dude, there's only like 6 Erewhons.
Okay, and
they're all
Silver Lake and Beverly Hills.
Los Angeles, which is like at the Grove.
Yeah.
Silver Lake.
Yeah.
Venice.
The Ventura Boulevard, right? Studio City or some shit like that, I think.
Pacific Palisades. Santa Monica and Calabasas. That is it.
Wow. Damn. So my ex-roommate was driving far to get that Erewhon wherever she was going. That's no wonder she stocked up on all the free sauces. Cranked up on those sauces. She would go to Erewhon and come back like fucking 9 containers of whatever sauce she was into. I don't know what it was. But
the best sauce, man. You gotta.
I guess so, man.
Gotta drive for it.
Dude, that's how I am with In-N-Out spread. I'll go to In-N-Out and I will order like 6 to 7 spreads every time. I'll end up using like maybe 3 or 4, depending on how much food I'm getting. Just in that meal alone. Then I'll have like 3 to use with other things like later on.
Isn't it just like fucking Thousand Island dressing?
It is, but it's special. There's something about it. It's laced with some sort of Republican drug that I don't know. It's delicious, man. I can't.
Dude, if you keep eating that stuff, it will make you give up premarital sex.
I mean, I guess it's a little late for that now, so I think I'm all good.
Oh no, you just haven't hit enough absorption in your body. You got to keep it up, and eventually, premarital sex will stop working for you.
Bro, I don't think you just listen to how much sauce I'm consuming on the regular. I think I'm probably in their top 10 percentile of sauce consumers, spread consumers. You know what I don't like though? I don't like that they call it spread. I know that they spread it onto the burger, sure, whatever. But when you get it, it's a sauce. It's like, it's not really a spread. It's Thousand Island. Like you said, we all know it. But don't call it spread. We know it's got to be unique because it's got to be, but just call it like In-N-Out sauce or whatever. See, I think it used to be called maybe at one point secret sauce or special sauce or had kind of its own kind of thing.
I thought it was like animal style sauce or whatever.
No. Animal style is when you grill the bun onto mustard, with mustard, and then you put pickles on it. That's...
Wait a minute, what's the animal style fries then? That is covered in spread.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. They're different, right? The animal style burger is one thing. The animal style fries has almost very little to do with the animal style burger.
As we discussed the In-N-Out secret menu on the podcast.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who aren't hip, the animal style burger is the bun is grilled with mustard on it, and then it has pickles and grilled onions instead of raw onion, where the animal fries are like the regular fries, but with grilled onion, cheese and spread. And that is what makes In-N-Out's fries edible. I am like a big supporter and proponent of In-N-Out as, just a delicious place. You can get a quick burger, or sometimes you have to wait in line for 30 minutes for it. It is what it is. That's, supply and command, as Ricky once said. But yeah, the their fries are like cardboardy. Their fries are not very good.
They don't blanch them.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck is going on with the fries, it's not pretty. But what they do with the animal fries and adding that, obviously you add cheese, fucking grilled onions and spread to anything, it's going to make it good. But it, kind of loosens them up a little bit. And
it becomes the delivery system for the rest of that shit is really what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of like corn on the fucking cob, where it's like, corn on the cob's corn on the cob. When you slather in butter, cheese, and all the other shit, it's like, oh, this is just a delivery system for the delicious shit.
Yeah, the elote or whatever, yeah.
Oh, elote. Mm.
Yeah. I can get down with that. It's been a long time since I've had that. I've had elote flavored things, but
that ain't the fucking same.
Yeah, I know. I used to have it all the time when I was like 18, 19, 20, living in Austin. Like, we would always go to the corn trucks so often. It was fucking crazy. Like, the amount of cheese, corn, mayo, and butter that was consumed, and the fact that I did not have some sort of coronary issue is a miracle. But I guess I just, that was the time to do it. Maybe that's why I haven't ate it. I'm afraid of the consequences, perhaps. But
Now you're like, that's 6 hours in the gym for 1 ear of corn. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, and it's like the toss up. It's like, okay, I know I'm gonna eat some crazy fucked up shit. I know that's gonna happen at one point in the week. But is it gonna be corn, or is it gonna be like a donut wrapped in a cookie, wrapped in a pie, and like covered in ice cream, and then deep fried and then slathered with caramel sauce? Like I think I'm gonna go for something more like that, something a little more extreme,
something a little more decadent.
I don't want to put vegetables into my fucked up thing that I'm eating. I want to go as purely evil as I can. Like that's why I used to always get just In-N-Out burger all the way. But lately I've been doing spread, cheese, and grilled onions only to make it just like, no vegetables whatsoever. And it's like...
Wait a minute, no meat?
No, meat.
Oh, too, I thought it was just like spread cheese, grilled onions on a bun. I'm like, all right, man.
No, that is the grilled cheese. That's what our vegetarian friends like to get at In-N-Out when they do go to In-N-Out.
You have vegetarian friends?
Yeah, I have vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian friends. I keep all, I
have acquaintances that have those problems. They're not friends.
Dude, you'd be surprised the kind of company I keep, man. It's a veritable Joseph's Technicolor dream coat worth of fucking diversity. So yeah.
I'm sorry.
There are some non
I don't discriminate based on race, creed, or color. But dietary
needs. I feel you, man. Sometimes it's a bummer. But I try to be as accommodating as possible, and I'm usually pretty good at it. But it's hard. I've dated some vegans where it's like, no problem, whatever, you do your thing. Like you can even cook meat in my fucking place. Like I don't give a fuck. And then there's some that are like, okay, well you're gonna need to brush your teeth after that, and you can't microwave meat in my microwave because it'll make this house smell like meat and like all this shit. It's like, all right, yeah, the time is ticking down on how long this is gonna last, because that's a big issue. Not that I'm not open to eating vegetarian and vegan and all these things, but like I want to not deny myself of any earthly pleasures. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna experience it, whether it's duck feet in fucking Chinatown or like whatever. You know what I mean? Like I want to eat the weird shit, and I don't want to say, oh, well, because this has this in it, I can't eat it. And it can kind of be a bummer sometimes.
Oh, it is. And honestly, this is actually serious. There have been women that have been like, oh, I'm kind of into you, but like their dietary restrictions have been like, nah, that's a deal breaker because I like to travel internationally. And when we start getting out of the fucking US, it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm eating.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to fucking deal with your bullshit.
Yeah, I have to find a vegan place to eat. Yeah.
If there is such a thing wherever we end up.
Yeah, I absolutely. I know the feeling. I mean, it's the same like with bandmates or like whatever. If you have people that are doing that, you guys all have to kind of try and pool together and figure something out. Like, honestly, though, I would kind of rather you be vegan than like just road dog, like hitting 7-Elevens and McDonald's and all that shit. Because then at least your need for like, looking up a restaurant, finding the right place, all this shit, that's going to give me time to kind of explore and do something, something that I might need to do or eat or whatever. It's going to take us to a strip mall that has multiple options rather than like, oh, we're just in like, this is where we are and this is what we have to eat.
Well, I get that when you're on tour and shit, but like romantic partners are different.
Yeah.
You're like, we're on vacation. Now I have to fucking cater to your fucking needs on what we want to explore culinary wise in these other fucking countries.
Yeah. And that could be an absolute nightmare. That's really good food for thought. I'm glad that you're putting this out in the ethos. And for anybody who, needs relationship advice, make sure.
Listen to Matt Slayer.
Yeah. Make sure you're eating the same shit. If you're diabetic, you better find somebody who's diabetic too. Damn it.
Right. Well, but it's really a fucking issue if you have someone who's like, oh, I have all these fucking allergies. Okay, well, cool. We're in Japan and you have a seafood allergy. Fucking everything's got...
Yeah, dashi or whatever the fuck. Yeah, and I mean, it was hard. I was in Little Tokyo the other day trying to find something for a friend of a friend, and they were vegan. And we're like, okay, well, they're like, can we get them this sweet? And I'm like, no, it's chocolate. That's going to have freaking milk in it. Well, like, well, can we get them this? It's like, no, that's probably going to have some seafood flakes in it or whatever. But look, can we get this? And I was like, you know what? We can get some mochi. Like mochi's, I'm sure that's going to be vegan, right? Like, you know, rice, all this shit. And mango mochi, perfect. We'll get it. And then like right as we're about to give it to them, I was like, you know what? Before we just like make sure, or before we go through this, let's 100% make sure. Cause I just had that last inkling of, oh, that was like the one thing I didn't check. You know what I mean? So of course the thing that you're sure about is always not what it seems. So yeah, looked at the back and it's like contains some sort of milk product or some sort of whatever buttery type thing or gelatin or whatever the fuck. And there's always something involved.
Dude, veganism is such a modern fucking problem. Our ancestors didn't get that fucking luxury. You got to eat what the fuck you got to eat.
Yeah, I mean, there's many people all around the world that don't have that luxury to this day, you know what I mean? Or even in this country, you know? It's definitely some hardcore privilege.
Right?
Shit.
Check your fucking privilege. Eat a fucking hamburger.
Check your vegan privilege, not eating meat, you fucking scumbag.
Right.
Causing all these poor animal deaths to go to waste. Think about the millions of tons of chicken that we wouldn't be wasting if there wasn't vegans, you know what I mean?
Right?
They're responsible, you know, indirectly for the cause of millions of animal deaths. Not only in the giant threshing machines that harvest their precious grain, but, you know, the amount of meat that they choose not to consume every day. Meat, dairy, eggs, milk.
So much spoilage.
Yeah, it's quite
a starving child in a third world nation
would kill for that.
Kill.
Would literally
Probably kill you for it.
They do kill for that. In fact, you know what I mean? They have to a lot of the times. I've seen those child soldiers, man. It's not easy.
Right?
You're lucky you get to eat tofu and you don't have to operate a machine gun at the age of 5.
Right? You don't have to worry about someone chopping off your hand when you fuck up long sleeve, short sleeve, which one you want.
Oh, man. The biggest problem that you have is, choosing, this gum. I can't chew this gum because it has animal byproducts.
I can't have Haribo gummy bears because it's gelatin. Like, you are denying yourself good gummy bears. Like,
yeah, I mean,
how do you plan to do anal?
And the amount that's processed too, it's just like it's not anywhere near bones anymore. It's like this chewy substance. Like, eat it up. Who cares? You know what I mean? I don't know how you can relate that to like bones being ground. It's like, this is something completely different.
The animal's already dead. It ain't getting any less dead.
Yeah, all the bear bones that they use to make gummy bears, you know what I mean? They're all from farmed and harvested bears, you know, it's fun.
Actually, they're all from Yogi and Boo Boo. They just keep them chained up and keep harvesting them for more bones.
Are Yogi and Boo Boo like Namekians? Do they grow back their limbs when they're
cartoons, man? Of course they regenerate.
Oh wow, that's pretty incredible.
I mean, those motherfuckers have fallen off cliffs. They're fine.
Did Yogi and Boo Boo ever fall off cliffs?
Yeah, 100% catching the hat on the way down.
Okay, that's right. I do remember that. That's a classic bit. It's been a hot minute since I've watched any Hanna-Barbera, you know.
For sure, but I'm saying Yogi and Boo Boo are immortal. They just harvest them for the bones.
Matt Slayer, the more you know.
Hey, Boo Boo, they're taking a femur.
Looks like those Germans are running low on supplies. Oh, fuck. Haribo and Black Forest is from Germany, too. Do the Germans really have the market covered on gummy-based snacks, huh?
I think they do.
Yeah. Trolley, too? That sounds like a German company,
Actually,
right?
I think Haribo's Hungarian.
Is it? Oh. I know it's popular.
Eastern Bloc.
It's popular in Germany, yeah.
Haribo. No, I don't want Haribo of America.
Get that red, white, and blue trash.
It is a German company. You were right.
Knew it. Yeah, I took German class in high school, you know what I mean? I think that's how and why I know that.
Ooh, they were definitely Nazis because it was formed in 1922.
They were Nazis. I mean, so was Volkswagen.
Volkswagen was made by the Nazis.
Yeah, what Heckler and Koch, right? I'm sure they were Nazis, right?
Hugo Boss helped design the uniforms.
Did he? Damn, bro.
Well, sorry. They actually just manufactured them. Some internal SS people designed the SS uniforms, but Hugo Boss actually manufactured them.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, you want a good quality piece.
You want a good quality Nazi uniform.
I like how they went from Nazis to Tupac in just a matter of half a century. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, we're gonna make for all the SS, all our young krauts out there fighting hard, and then now it's like, okay, let's get the gangster rap market cornered. Let's get Dion. Let's see what Neon Dion looks like in some of these.
Hugo Boss, the uniform for warriors.
Dude, I want to rock some 90s Hugo Boss, bro. Those big, ill-fitting suits, man. There's nothing better than that. Big, puffy vests and shit. You know, even some of the suits that were like tailored low, like a low cut on the blazer. You know what I mean? Or like
kind of zoot suit-esque.
Yeah, I like that. I loved Deion Sanders' look in that era. That's one of the best ways that a man can dress, I feel like. You know, I want to bring that back. I'll spearhead that movement, you know.
Do that shit.
Yeah, forget all this skinny jeans and everything's what's in nowadays. What are people into wearing now?
Dude, I am literally wearing a 10-plus-year-old tour shirt. I have no fucking idea.
I know. I was really glad that this was a above the waist podcast so I could wear shorts, you know. Spoiler alert. Kayfabe, brother.
So yeah, I'm wearing track pants, so
yeah, you know how it is, that Florida strip club special.
No boxers so they can feel my erection.
Yeah, that's the Bert Kreischer, man. He's the biggest proponent of that. Well, I guess maybe that's just a Florida thing. He's just the most
well-known Floridian at this point.
North Floridian for sure, yeah. I mean, besides old Freddie Durst making the comeback.
I thought Fred Durst was from North Carolina.
No, Jacksonville, Florida. Why? You don't even have to Google it. I know the answer. He's still.
Oh, he is from Gastonia, North Carolina, sir.
What? It says he's from fucking. Well,
he was born in Jacksonville.
Okay, then what the fuck? He was born in Jacksonville. Fuck you. I'm right, motherfucker. You can't say he's from another place.
I mean,
that's not where he was born.
Wikipedia says origin, Gastonia, North Carolina.
Maybe the band's origin was there, but he's from Jackson. I knew he was from Jacksonville because he talks about it in his dope rhymes, and I'm a big supporter of that. You know, by the way, I want to take a moment to talk to the camera. All you fair weather Limp Bizkit fans out there that are just now hopping on the train because they're playing festivals and all this shit, fuck you. I've been with Limp Bizkit since before they were cool, since they first got cool, and then and then when they weren't cool, I stuck by them. Everybody else was hating Limp Bizkit. Everybody was dogging them, and I fucking waved that Limp Bizkit flag proud and high, and now everybody's trying to jump on the train like, oh yeah, we've always liked Limp Bizkit. All you motherfuckers were the same people making fun of me 3 years ago for fucking rocking chocolate starfish in the hot dog flavored water. And that's just fucking, that ain't cool, man. Why am I so ahead of the curve all the time, yet I never get the credit? You know what I mean? It's like,
it's a goddamn shame, Raanen.
I wanted to bring back New Jack Swing. I didn't, fucking Bruno Mars took that from me.
He was born in Jacksonville, but at 1 year old, he moved to North Carolina.
Yeah, but still, he's,
So his parents had unprotected sex in Florida. Lots of people do that.
No, they could have had that unprotected sex anywhere. That could have been overseas in China.
I mean, it could have been anywhere.
They delivered in Jacksonville. They could have fucked in fucking, Moncton, for all we know.
I mean, I've definitely had unprotected sex in Florida.
I've had protected sex in Florida. Not unprotected, but...
See, you could be birthing the next Fred Durst.
No, I mean, I'm pretty good. Like I said, I think we discussed this on the first time I showed up on the show. So far, so good. No, if I'm doing no condom, it's with either, somebody who's on birth control or somebody who is unable to get pregnant. You know what I mean? I don't like to live dangerously, as they say. I've been hearing way too much of that shit. It's like, it's gross. People with kids, man. Some guy with a kid came into the barber shop the other day while I was getting a haircut, and he was definitely my age or perhaps younger. And I was just like, man, bro, like he was talking about like this badass truck that he just got and this and that. It's like, none of that matters, dude. None of that matters. All that matters is that thing. You got to worry about that. That's first and foremost. But I don't. And that's the beauty of life.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah. But I don't have a fancy truck. What the fuck's up with that?
Well,
Explain that to me, Matt Slayer.
knock up someone with some money, Raanen.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's a good idea. That's what also blows my mind, right? How do all these people with kids, like, they make good money? Or do they? Are they getting government assistance? Is that what's going on here?
I don't think anyone is buying a fancy truck with government assistance. I don't know, man. But I don't fucking know. Like a buddy of mine who has 3 kids, he's married, but he has 3 kids. He's about your age, maybe a little older. He's buying property in LA, buying a house in Encino. I'm like,
absolutely mind blowing.
I'm like, I literally like, I didn't want to say like, how? I didn't. You have 3 kids. How?
Yeah. Yeah, that shit blows my mind. I like, did the money come before the kids? Or like...
This is a dude I know from bars in Chicago.
Yeah. So, I mean, it must have come after, right? It must be one of those things where it's like having the kid drives you to become some sort of money-making maniac. Where you're just like, okay, I have to buy property now. And it just like, it elevates you. Maybe that is the trick. Maybe I need to have a kid. Pop out a kid and then I'll be able to afford some property, you know? A nice new truck.
At least you have a car that you can open from the driver's side now.
Yeah, that's a freaking, believe me, dude, beggars can't be choosers, and I'm blessed. I'm killing the game as far as my vehicular situation goes right now. You know, I mean, it ain't no Bentley, but it gets me there.
I wouldn't buy a Bentley even if I could afford a Bentley.
Yeah, that's a thing, man. One of my friends who was like planning to make it big on crypto, he's like, I'm gonna buy you a nice Mercedes or something like that. And I'm like, no, don't. Give me 60 grand or whatever the fuck a Mercedes costs, and I could do so much more with that than I could ever do with a fucking Mercedes. Number one. Number two, in my current income, I wouldn't be able to afford the insurance and registration or and repairs. Yeah, all that shit. The fucking 97 octane that I gotta fucking use on it. Like, what the fuck, dude? Are you trying to put me into debt by giving me this gift? Like,
oh no,
I can't use.
He's buying you your new home.
Yeah, exactly.
You can afford that shit when you don't have to pay rent anymore.
Yeah, it's like, cool, thanks. Give me that Mercedes and I will instantly sell it for whatever the MSP is or whatever I can get for it. But then, yeah, it depreciates from value too. So it's just like whatever that money is, just I would rather have that.
Yeah, you might as well set it on fire than give Raanen a fucking Mercedes.
Yeah, it would be probably better off.
Yeah, it'd be much more entertaining watching you burn the money.
It would be much more entertaining to see me swim in the burning money too. You know what I mean? Really get things. Actually, I don't know. That money really kind of torches up pretty quickly, doesn't it? Especially LA money with all the drug residue on it.
You're about to do a stunt with it. You just end up really high from freebasing all the coke off of it.
Hey, you know, I mean, worse things could happen, right? That's actually, you know, it's kind of a win-win situation. A pleasant surprise, you know?
Like, oh my God, I'm so fucking... I gotta write a script right now.
Damn, bro. So what about crack? Have you ever done that before?
No.
No? Okay.
I did learn how to cook it as a kid, though. I'm serious.
As a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my downstairs neighbor was selling crack, but he lived with his grandmama. So he couldn't cook it up in her apartment. My dad worked 2 jobs, so like the apartment was empty all the time, so he'd come upstairs to cook crack. So he taught me how to cook it.
He's like, hey, gather round, children. I'm going to teach you a lesson today. Something you'll be able to take on to the next stage of life, and it'll stay with you forever.
Hey, I got a kickback on sales, so...
Did you helped him sell some crack?
I didn't actually help sell. I helped him prepare it.
Okay, so when he cooked, you cooked the crack with him, and then he took it to the streets.
Yep.
Okay. And so what was the kickback on that?
Not much.
Like, come on, throw me a number.
Like, way below market value. I was a dumb kid.
Like, what are you talking, $5, $20?
Maybe like $50.
$50?
Like total over multiple times of him cooking crack cocaine in my kitchen.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's probably, how long does the process take? Is it like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
About 30 minutes, I want to say. Like, dude, this has got to be almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, and an episode of a TV show at least to cook
up the crack.
That's how you know.
And
he was one episode of
And he
the
was
Golden Girls.
He was cutting it with fucking crushed up like bear aspirin.
Damn. I was hoping you were going to say crushed up M&Ms because that'd be much more
That doesn't
exciting.
cook up quite right.
Skittles.
Taste the rainbow. Get high on the rainbow.
Yeah. Have you seen those videos lately? Oh, man. Let's talk a second about TikTok because I don't like TikTok, but TikTok has invaded Instagram. And it's like, now you can't help. Now I know all this TikTok shit that I wouldn't have known if there weren't these fucking reels that I keep looking at. Cause it's like, well, usually there's like some tasty food or like some girl shaking her ass or like Hezbollah or like whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to see that. Yeah, you know Hezbollah. The little fucking guy, the little fighter guy, the little kid. He's like 19 years old, but he looks like he's 3.
No clue.
Bro, the fighter, Hezbollah and Abdurazik, you don't know about these fucking guys? You know this shit.
I do not.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You'll look it up right now and tell me you don't know fucking Hezbollah. It's the little kids that were going to have an MMA fight, but they're actually adults. They're like 18 and 19 or 17 and 19 or whatever. And they have progeria, so they look like fucking 4-year-olds. They look like little kindergartners, little toddlers, but they're fucking adults that do weird ass shit in Russia or Azerbaijan or wherever the fuck
I've never
they're
seen this
from.
before in my life.
You haven't?
No.
Bro, you're fucking missing out, dude.
I'm
Where
an
have
old.
you been living, dude?
I'm an old.
Oh my God. All right. Well, now you know, and now you're like, now every time you see these guys on Instagram, it'll
I've never seen them on Instagram.
that blows my mind. There's pictures of Hezbollah with Khabib and shit. He's from Dagestan. But anyway, yeah, all his reels are great because he's just like he has like a pet monkey, which is fucking weird as fuck. You know what I mean? Like this is the same size as him, basically.
That monkey's gonna murder him one day.
Monkey, dude. Well, I mean, he's always with like 4 fucking Khabib looking motherfuckers. You know,
The monkey will murder them all.
He's always with like 4 guys that look like Islam Makhachev. I think they've got it under control. They're already always grabbing that monkey and kind of by the scruff. And
Yeah, that monkey's going to murder them all one day.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think
Monkey's got strength, dog.
Yeah, but these guys grew up fighting bears. They're like monkey weak compared to bear.
I don't know. Monkeys, I feel like are stronger than bears.
This isn't a gorilla, bro. You know what I mean? These Dagestani guys are used to fucking holding down incredibly strong creatures. That's what they're fucking born to do. But anyway,
Are monkeys pound for pound stronger than bears?
pound for pound, probably, yeah. Yeah, because bears have a lot of fat. Bears have a lot of excess fat.
Delicious fat.
Yeah. Have you ever had bear before?
I have not.
Right.
I'll eat bear. How about you?
I would totally, yeah. I'll eat pretty much anything except for like cat or dog. I would feel like slightly guilty eating those. However, if it was just a thing where it's like, here's this plate of food, it's dog, and you're like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna eat it. Where if it's like a thing where it's like, I know that I have to like see a dog. Yeah, like if I just had to know that before sitting down. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit down at the table. If I'm already sitting down and the dog's presented to me, it's like, all right, well, fuck.
I mean, but would you eat it if it's still presented like head on?
Fuck no, bro. I'm fucking running out of there. Like fucking The Godfather, dude. Fuck that shit, man.
Would you eat horse?
Yeah. Like I said, the horses, nope. I have no connection to horses. They're basically like fucking tall cows, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, dude, I eat octopus, I eat pig. Like those are like pretty intelligent animals when it comes down to it. Like I feel way worse about that. But yeah, Hezbollah, you got to check him out, people. He's great. He's a huge inspiration. Just drives around in BMWs. Like another weird thing is he's always sitting on dudes' laps, which is also weird because he's like a little kid. So they're like, there's all these like strong Muslim Russian dudes with this little guy on their lap, and he's like fucking around with the phone, and they're all like buddies. It's their little kid. So fucking weird. But his Instagram is great and his reels are great. But then when you get into the dark side of the reels, so you get to like this one thing that's like people like have a big wok with some oil in it, and they'll put like grapes in the wok, and then they'll throw like corn, like kernels of dried corn to popcorn, and then they'll put like the lid on, and then it pops open, and it's like, and it looks like it's like, oh, this is like candy corn or whatever the fuck. It's like, no fucking way. That's not how fucking science works. I know this shit, motherfuckers. Like, you're trying to fucking fool me by putting like mushed up watermelon into a pot and shit and fucking popping it. Think it's gonna make like this red candy corn? Like, hell no. I'm smarter than that. And then the other thing that gets on my fucking nerves is the goddamn dances. If I see one more person, I don't care who the fuck it is, dance to Patrice Rushen's Forget-Me-Nots. Have you seen that? That's a terrible fucking trend, bro. That is like every 3 fucking swipes on Instagram Reels will be somebody doing the same dance to that fucking Send Me Forget-Me-Not. And it's like the same fucking dance and the same moves. And like, it's so frustrating. It irritates me. It makes my blood boil. It makes me want to stop these people. It makes me want to take their phones and like just snap them.
As much as I bitch about my algorithm, I'm not complaining anymore. I have never seen any of this shit.
My fucking Reels, the Reels algorithm has gotten awful lately. It's
just for you, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really good things on there. Well, here, let's bring it up right now.
No, we're not doing that because that is shit content. We are not doing it. We are not doing it.
I want to see what the first reel that comes up is. If it's a Patrice Rushen dance, I at least, okay, it's food, it's a capybara, and then there is some girls' asses, okay, some dogs, a pig. All right, no Patrice Rushen. I'll give it that. Those reels weren't so bad. But some of the food was from this one really annoying lady, too. It's like you hear their voices describing these recipes, and the recipes sound and kind of look delicious, but there's just something about it that rubs you the wrong way, where it's like, this is just so weird and phony, and you're like, look at me eating this. It's so fucking great. Like, man, you're not enjoying yourself.
We have really made a podcast about nothing this episode.
We can make it about something. I mean, we just started off talking our regular shit like this would be.
This is what a real actually Matt and Raanen hang goes like.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? No, but a real hang, I would be allowed to show you the Instagram reels. We would sit there and maybe I could turn you into a believer of.
No, you're not turning me into a believer.
Instagram reels. Yeah.
No,
it's not a good place. Don't go there. And really, that's like a dark thing that I'm dealing with right now is just the pull, the fucking tractor being pulled that these fucking reels have. Because like you're scrolling regular content, and then there's this row of reels, and it's like, well, here's some like Turkish guy making a sandwich. Like that looks good. I'm gonna watch that. And you scroll up, and then you get into the dark web. You get into some weird stuff. I don't have as weird TikToks as Christina P. She gets the weirdest ones. If you ever watch YMH, Your Mom's House, goddamn, she has a very disturbed TikTok. Mine is just irritating. Mine just frustrates me,
Thank you for plugging the more successful podcast while we're on air. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
I could plug your podcast right now if you'd like. Everybody should listen to And Now We Drink. It's a really great podcast. I swear to God, I love listening to it. You know what's great about it? The guests. I love the guests. You must have had that Raanen Bozzio on there at least 4 times. He's a get, I tell you what. I think that's a record, too, of podcast appearances, and I think it's like both. Like, I think I've been on the podcast more than anybody.
You are now tied with Kate Kennedy.
And then there you go. And then and then this is the podcast I've been on the most. Especially if you're going to count the fucking.
If we don't count the names and games.
Yeah. If you count any of those, I'm fucking killing the game, bro.
Oh yeah. If you count those,
I'm skyrocketed.
I am just counting like fucking video episodes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Official And Now We Drinks. Not bonus episodes.
Not Matt being paid to hang out in a strip club with a fucking board.
Not Raanen canceling himself unknowingly with every word that he says.
I mean, that's just pretty much how you roll.
Yeah, on podcasts lately. I did pretty good today. So far, I don't think I've said anything that's
showing over yet.
Yeah, I know. Right? Fucking let's not.
I mean, you want something to drink? I think the alcohol is what usually triggers the canceling.
See, that's what I thought ahead this time. Not only is it a Monday, so I'm not drinking right now, but yeah, I was also
it's Tuesday elsewhere.
Yeah, well, dude, more than anything, I've just been seeing people get canceled a lot more often. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a step back from all my hot takes.
Who the fuck are you associating with that's getting fucking canceled that you're worried about?
Not necessarily I'm associating with them, but I see it happen more and more often. And like for instance, when I first did the podcast with you, that was kind of like a newer thing getting canceled. You know what I mean? It was just like starting to become a thing. And now it's fucking exploded. It's definitely grown into like a really almost unstoppable, uncontrollable monster.
What are you fucking worried about?
You know, maybe just in the future something pops up and it's like, okay, well, fuck this guy. Like he's not going to do this or that, whatever. You know, I'm ambitious. I'm hoping I have a job that's important enough for me to get fired from by saying some controversial shit. A man can dream. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll be done like 10 times over if I ever have to like go through someone else to create my content.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I can keep just fucking doing this.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. I mean, if you truly don't care too, it's almost like you can't be canceled, you know? But it's like I have preemptive fear of losing fans that I don't have. You know?
But you might gain fans from your fucking bullshit.
And that's the other thing. But it's like, are you going to gain the right fans? You know what I mean? I guess you're gaining fans, so it doesn't really make a difference.
What is a wrong fan?
Well, like, it's just like, yeah, like a white supremacist fan. Like, you don't want them to be like poor 311, man. However they got tied in with white supremacy and that whole fucking...
I guess that's one of the perks of being a Jew. I never have to worry about that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can say I'm part Jewish, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm still the white devil. It doesn't. Nobody cares. Oh, you're just partially Jewish, not Jewish enough. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
Pull your cock out. Is it circumcised?
Yeah.
No. Ha.
See, I'm just waiting on. I'm waiting on that 23andMe to come in with my 7% African, and then I'm fucking good. It's like fuck you, y'all motherfuckers never canceling me now. I'm good. I'm Teflon at this point. It's going to be like North African.
Right. Like, partially Egyptian.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it counts, bro. You know, it's the same continent, you know.
So's North America.
What do you mean?
We are very different
than South America.
Yeah. Or like, you know, we are different than the indigenous people of this fucking place.
Yeah. It's crazy how different Canada is from Mexico. That's pretty wild. And then United States we're kind of just like the overflow. It's kind of like when you have two like greasy sandwiches hanging out with each other and like the sauces are kind of dripping into it and like the middle one's getting all the absorbing the sauces.
I love that you're like, I'm worried about getting canceled. I'm going to call Canada and Mexico greasy sandwiches.
Well, I mean, America is the center part that's absorbing all the grease, and so it's by default worse. I mean, it's.
Okay, and now you're anti-American on top of it.
Exactly. If you're anti-everything, it's fine. You know what I mean? But no, I like. It's the kind of blend. If you take like Mexico and you take Canada and you kind of overlap them like a Venn diagram, you have America. You know what I mean? No? You're not with that?
No.
I kind of feel it. I'm feeling it.
No, we're very distinctly American at this point.
Yeah, I know. I tried to make America too basic by describing.
Oh no, we are basic bitches.
No, we aren't.
Applebee's and TGI Fridays still exists.
Yeah, but that shit exists in fucking Dubai too. You know what I mean? So.
Well, yeah, because they're trying to emulate our basic bitchness.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say. The thing about America is our cultural diversity, and then our also geographical diversity within like one landmass. It's like we have fucking Maine, and then we have fucking Nevada. You know what I mean? And like or Maine and fucking Alabama. You know what I mean? Like you take any of those places, and it's like,
oh no, you just picked like two of the whitest places in the country.
Okay, what's New Mexico? Is that less white? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Just by name, really.
Does anyone live in New Mexico?
A lot of people do. I would say probably a lot of white people.
Dude, there are less people in New Mexico than there are in Los Angeles.
Walter White lives in...
He's a fictional character.
But he's the whitest of them all. His last name is White, For that reason, right? That's what the show's all about, is him being white. Dude, breaking white.
There are only 2 million people in the whole state of New Mexico.
Yeah. And how many? 10 million in LA alone, right? 9 million, something like that.
Well, it's 20 million for like LA County. Los Angeles proper is only like 4 or 5 million. 3.96. So for LA proper,
4 million. Okay.
So good. Yeah, we have twice the population of New Mexico just in LA proper.
Yeah. Ugh. That explains a lot. But I guess it's less entertaining over there. You know what I mean? I've been to New Mexico. Not very exciting. Now I'm gonna get canceled in New Mexico. I feel like I talked trash on New Mexico last time too.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
I don't know why. I'm having some sort of flashback where
you're like, on some podcast, I talk shit about New Mexico.
Yeah, maybe it was Albuquerque. I don't know. I don't have that much bad to say about it. I don't know. I think it just came up. You know, it was probably a thing.
You're just prejudiced.
It just looked at me wrong. You know what I mean?
You're like, I don't know shit about you, but I just don't like the look of you.
Yeah, I like original Mexico. I don't like that New Mexico crap. I like old Mexico. Give me old Mexico any day.
Classic Mexico? You don't want New Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico classic.
How dare they try to roll out a New Mexico?
They changed the recipe to Mexico on us, and nobody liked it. It had snow and shit. What the fuck? Oh, man. And then, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, no, I'm just going to stop. Because, yeah, I'm not getting canceled anymore. We're going to stop right now.
It's way too late.
Yeah, well.
Way too late.
I love how the fucking... I hope you deleted this from YouTube now that you uploaded all this stuff onto Patreon. But the one clip of me on video is me talking about getting canceled and Louis C.K. and being like, oh, yeah, I think Louis C.K. is fine. And Matt totally takes the fucking low road and just buries me as hard as he can.
Oh, no, that's still on YouTube.
Yeah, I hate that. That's fine though. You know what I mean? Because I stand by it. You know, now it's like people have gone back around. Louis come around full circle.
Oh, Louis playing a whole fucking theater in Long Beach.
Yeah. It's been long enough to where he's making it back. He's not gonna ever hit the levels of success that he was projected for, but projected, maybe the level of success that was in his trajectory. That's what I meant to say. My like attempts to use expanded vocabulary sometimes go awry, but you know, you take chances in life. That's what it's all about. Louis took a chance, you know what I mean? We all saw how that worked out for him.
Some people saw a lot more how it worked out for him than others. Ugh.
Yeah. Hey, you know.
Orange pubes.
That's your big kicker, man. That's the thing. That's what most disturbed you about the whole thing, is the fact they had to see orange pubes.
Oh yeah.
Oh. No, nobody should ever be exposed to that. I've never seen orange pubes. I don't think I've ever. Maybe I've been with one or two gingers before in my life, but I feel like they were dyed like dyed black gingers. So I
think I've seen orange pubes once.
Yeah, I'm not saying their pubes were dyed black, but yeah, their hair that might have been orangish. How was it? Was it male or female?
Female, thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I mean, you never know.
You never know, but no, yeah. She was female.
Okay, and what was the reaction? Oh!
She blew me in the backseat of a car, and then
she showed you her pubes. She's like, "Here, look at this."
Oh, no.
Like, no.
This is at an age where I was just like not raw dogging people, and she just like, "Oh, yeah, let's fuck," and I didn't have protection on me. I'm like, went down on her a little bit in the car, and then I'm like, no condom. We'll have to have a rain check, and the rain check just never came.
Wait, so you went down on her a little bit?
Yeah.
And then you didn't run away from the orange pubes?
No.
Yeah, we'll see.
Stuck my face right in there.
There you go. See? That's not so bad. But maybe that was a time when you were a little less prudish. Maybe now you've evolved to not like orange pubes.
Oh, no. I love how they like stain my mustache like Cheeto dust.
Stain your mustache. There's a residue that comes off.
Oh, yeah. They're like Cheetos down there, man.
It's like
after you finger blast, your hands all orange.
It's like leprechauns, you know what I mean? They blow the dust. Like LeBron James after you finger clap, and the fucking nobody who watches this will get that reference because nobody watches sports. I don't even fucking watch sports, but I know that reference at least.
Yeah, I had no clue.
I know LeBron. He pops the powder off. He puts a little in his hand. And you're like, or whatever the fuck. And that's like his little, like, about to start the game ritual. Whatever. It's like his little fucking thing when they're doing the introducing the starting lineup of the Los Angeles Lakers. And then they play that Alan Parsons song, Serious, you know. No, that's the Bulls, actually. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I know the Bulls intro. I have to know the Bulls intro.
It's Alan Parsons, serious. Alan Parsons Project. SIRIUS, not SERIOUS or whatever the fuck.
Welcome to the Spelling Bee with Raanen Bozzio.
Yeah, hey man, I was thinking about joining the drunken spelling bee on the Jericho cruise that I didn't go on to.
So what happened with that, by the way? Now that we have you here.
It's just no fault of my own. It's
never your fault.
Yeah, dude, you know what? For real, bro. 2 tours, 2 chances to travel within like 3 months. And both not anybody's fault but my own. So with the Chain Flower tour that we were supposed to do in August, our singer got COVID. So that put a halt on that. That got canceled, which is a real bummer because I was going to play like a hemp festival and all this shit. I'm like, oh, sign me up for that. It sounds like paradise for Raanen.
Oh, yeah. All the dirty pussy you can fuck.
I'm not worried about the dirty pussy. I'm just thinking about the
Oh, no,
dirty
you're not
weed.
worried about it. You're just going to get in there.
I don't know. I don't know if I like hemp flavored pussy. It depends. It really depends. Some hippie chicks I can get down with. Others, like dreadlocks, are usually a hard pass for me. You got to have something special going on for me to get past those natty, dirty ass fucking rat's nest things in your fucking head. But yeah, that's another fucking that's another tale for another time. Yeah, so that sucked. And then this most recent one, it was maybe like 5 or 6 days before we're supposed to go out. And our singer gets news that he has to get some additional passport or visa shit taken care of. Has to go to like Mexico, get a stamp, fly back, like all this shit. Like it's a big.
He couldn't go to the Mexican consulate?
I don't know. No, he's from Israel.
Right.
Yeah. No, he was talking to his immigration lawyers, and they said that basically this is what they would have to do, and it would cost like close to $3,000 in total of flying there, and then dealing with the stamp itself was like $2,500 or whatever, So it just ended up being a nightmare, and yeah, it was one of those things where it's like we found out far too late to do anything about it. So if we had found out maybe months before, he could have done something to take care of it. But because it was so last minute, it was just like, okay, well, I guess we're just not going to go on the cruise anymore. And I feel way worse for the band because it's not my band. I was just kind of hired on to play drums, and they're like, who else?
What band were you supposed to be with there?
Secret Saints. So they were supposed to be, or it was like, what better person to have onto a wrestling cruise than fucking Raanen? You know what I mean? Like
I know you were so psyched about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It would have been great. I'm friends with Chris too. You know what I mean? Or acquaintances with Chris Jericho. I've hung out with him. You know what I mean? So yeah, it could have been a lot of fun. And a couple of my other friends were playing on the boat as well. But instead, I had to stay home, which was really sad. But I made the best of it and went to some wrestling shows, got to see my friend wrestle instead. So it was, it was a fair enough trade-off. I guess not as fair as going to the fucking Bahamas and doing all that shit and all the crazy fun that I would have had being on a cruise, and the weather looked nice.
As a performer, not just as an attendee.
Yeah, that's the best part, because then you get the free booze. You don't have to pay for the booze.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'm in the band, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. You just go wherever. Well, first of all, bro, you forget what kind of cruise this is. Any bitches are tied to their boyfriend or husband at the time. You know what I mean?
Hey, guess what? They may want to watch.
Hey, you know what? There could be some fun swapping going on. Who knows? But
someone might be into cuckolding. You could cuckold a dude on a boat.
Yeah.
Have you ever cuckolded someone in the Bahamas? It could be magical.
I'm sure it would be. That's the thing. I have no problem cuckolding somebody as long as they're not in the room. Like they could be like in the closet hiding, watching or whatever, like a fucking Jason movie or something like that. But like, I don't want to. If I look over and see him in the corner, like that's it, I'm done. Like I can't perform anymore. Sorry. That's like that just will psychologically scar and damage me so much. Like this guy's been here this whole time watching this. Like what the fuck? I'm not that powerful in my penis. You know what I mean? Some people are, and more power to them. Some people can So
is it another man watching you, or is it that it's this person's partner watching you?
I think it's probably another man watching me in general. Just having another Yeah, because like if it's another girl watching me, I don't feel weird about it. I don't know why. But like having a dude there, it's just like, ugh, no, like, nah, man. No, I'm all set. I don't know. It is what it is.
I mean, have you ever put it to the test?
Yes. I've put, well, no, not that exactly put it to the test, but I've had 2 situations where I've tried to not accept, but tolerate other penises being in the room or, you know, present. But it has remained intolerable. Intolerable.
Yeah, intolerable.
Yeah, we figured it out.
We figured it out.
Unintolerable. That's a double negative, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, there was one time, like a friend of mine, we tried to do like a girl at the same time. It was like, oh no, I can't handle it. I couldn't handle it. It was just like too weird. Got way too into my head. And then, what was the other time? Was there another time? What was the other thing that was like close or similar to that where I was just like,
I don't know, Raanen. I'm not there with you.
Had sex in a room where somebody else was having sex. So it was like, it wasn't even like we were swapping wives or anything like that. It's just like we're both in a room, like, and like on opposite sides of the room. Like here's me in the living room, and it's like kind of a studio apartment. So he's like over there in the bedroom, you know, in comparison, if we want to use your place as some sort of reference. And even that was still like, this is too weird for me. Like I'm hearing them like moan and shit. Like it's fucking up my game, bro. I need to be able to like focus a little more, you know? I need to be on prime levels.
You gotta get your head in the game, man.
100%. Yeah, I can. It's one of those things. Like I could be easily distracted where it's like, okay, if I'm in the zone, I'm probably like one of those people that fighters talk about where it's like, yeah, when he's at practice, like he's murdering everybody, but once they go into the cage, you know what I mean? He's fucking.
You're the gym hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the gym fucking badass. But then yeah, once I go into the cage, I'm getting my ass beat.
One of my former roommates. We used to compete on who made more louder sex noises.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I mean...
Well, but I lived with a woman, like, so... And she was kind of hot, so it was like, oh, well, okay. I'm not thinking about the dude she's fucking. I'm literally, like, trying to make my girlfriend make more noise than her.
Yeah, that's a fun competition. I've been with a lot of louder... I feel like the people that gravitate towards me for a longer time are louder. For sure. Like too loud, almost. Where when I was deciding on this next place that I'm living in right now, I like had to do a test just before. I was like, first moment I go into this place, you know, or the first meeting rather. I go into the room. I'm like, okay, we have to do a test. Can you please go into your room and close the door? And I just go, fucking yell as loud.
Oh, I thought you brought someone live with you to just start fucking them in the room that you were going to rent.
I'm not that gangster yet.
That would have been amazing.
One day in the future.
You just want to be like, yo.
I'm going to need 2 minutes real quick.
Yo, this is Marie.
Yeah.
She's just hanging out for a minute. Do you mind going in your room for a sec?
Yeah.
Just try to bang it.
No, I made sure it's like, got to do the noise test. And yeah, it passed judgment. Because I'm not loud. I'm almost close to silent. You know, I'll say a couple things here and there. I'll whisper a couple sweet nothings every now and then.
You pop and she's like, that it?
Or I'll ask questions. Yeah. I'll like, you know, give me direction, whatever, something like that. But I'm not like kind of moaning. You know what I mean?
Don't stop.
Oh, yeah.
Don't stop.
Oh yeah. Like I can't even fake moan. Like, you know, it's not my thing. It sounds fake, you know?
I am super happy that now that I've moved into the larger bedroom, that it definitely doesn't travel. Had sex in here last Thursday with the roommate home, and he had no clue.
So what was the guy's name?
Raanen. Did you forget? Wow, I was that disappointing?
Yeah, that was bad. I could have... I could have
put your ass into it.
Better, yeah.
Could have put your hips into it, motherfucker, you lazy piece of shit.
Hey, man, you know, what I lack for in the back, I make up for in the front.
Who's been lying to you?
That's, hey, you know, the jury's out on that one, bro.
About who's been lying to you? All right.
No, about that, just that's my vibe. I'm a front person. I'm not a back person, you know? I don't have the... whatever it is, the ass genes. You know, I've been working on it a little more. I've been doing more squats, working my legs, but it's...
I know. I was almost punctured by your fucking hip bones.
Yeah, you know what it's like.
Like, perforated a kidney on that shit. Like, I don't even know like how the science of that works. But
yeah, it's like it's like a blade, basically.
It's so fucking pointy.
It's like an axe, you know. When I die, they'll use my pelvis as a medieval axe to execute people.
Oh no, I'm having you turned into specialty gummy bears.
Okay, well, but save the hip bone.
Raining bears.
Save the hip bone for the axe. You know what I mean? It'll be an ass axe. Like, let me ask you a question.
Oh God. This is where everyone just turned off the podcast.
Yeah, that's where start. Okay, so this is where I start plugging the show that I'm going to play Thursday before I lose these people. I know I should have started off hot with the plug.
You should have, but you didn't.
But we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. But no, I'm thrilled that I'm not disturbing my roommate with sex noises.
It's nice to think about because, yeah, it was definitely a problem. They never said anything about it at the last place I lived at, but I know they heard it.
The disappointing looks.
Because I heard that, no, I never got disappointed looks. And I would even say after, like, hey, like, was I too loud last night? Or, like, what was going on? But I was also conscious of it. And that's another thing that's, like, kind of weird and annoying to, like, have to quiet your partner down because they are that loud. It's like, I like it. It feels good. It's, what's the word? It's
validating.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. It boosts my self-esteem and my confidence. But yeah, when you have other people living with you, you're like, I'm always hyper conscious of it. And just be like, shh, can we keep it down, please? Like, but then at the same time, you're fucking them. And it's like a vicious cycle because it's like, well, you're going to make them make noise if you keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you're doing the right thing, they're going to make noise. But yeah. It becomes a situation. And, you know, that's also probably a bummer that I'm not into more of the domination aspect of BDSM because then, yeah, I could just be like, all right, we'll just tie your mouth shut or gag you or whatever. I don't have to worry about anything. But it's like, no, you know, I need the mouth present, you know.
Having the mouth present, pretty important.
Raanen Bozzio, 2021.
You've been doing the show for years now at this point.
Yeah, how long has it been? When was the first one? 18 or 17?
I want to say 19.
19? No, it had to be 18.
No, it was 19 because it was on video. And I didn't start the video version until 19.
Okay. It must have been really early.
Yeah, it was early 19.
Yeah, early 19. That makes sense. Like summer of 19. Spring. Because I remember that was when I will always remember the great Bumble match that I got on the first time that I showed up. I've shown you. You've seen that.
Oh,
girl,
yeah.
Yeah. And that's still, she hasn't been over in a little while. She was still coming over pretty frequently for a long time, or at least like when it got less frequent, it would still happen, and I was still excited about that. But yeah, I'll never forget about that moment. So those two things tie in together. Good times, good fat asses, fat cosplay asses, man.
Fat cosplay asses.
Party,
make the world go round, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, man, can't get enough of them. And that's another problem with the Instagram reels. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that fucking double-edged sword. You run into the cosplay asses. And you're like, man, this is great. I love seeing it. They're so beautiful. There's so many cute girls out there doing their thing and doing all sorts of stupid lip syncing and showing their butts. It's great. But it's also incredibly frustrating because it's like, all right, well, this person has like 12 billion fucking followers. Like, you can't even slide into the DMs. Like, what am I even doing here, you know?
You gotta get that check mark and then slide.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm working on it. I don't even have 5,000 followers right now. I need to get up to that 10K, bro. All I want is that swipe up link. I want to be able to...
Oh, they're eliminating that for a lot of people.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Instagram being shitty.
So
they got rid of swipe up. It's now a link sticker.
Yeah.
And they're just randomly notified, mostly sex workers, that you have violated terms and services. You no longer have the ability to give links.
That's sad, and I feel bad for them. But I'm also really glad that I'm not in that industry because I don't have to worry about it at all. Anything I'm serving on my links or selling on my links is completely PG-13 and goes within the Instagram guidelines. So I'm good, but I need to get to that 10,000 followers. 10K followers.
He's not drinking, folks. He is not drinking.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the problem is I didn't smoke weed before this, so now I have like a brain fog. You know what I mean? I'm not operating on my normal levels. Yeah, exactly. I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this podcast not high, not drunk. Let's see how great it turns out. Turns out not very great. Turns out some people are dependent on chemicals.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, right. Crank down your E. Craig. Your Elijah Wood over there.
My Elijah Craig. Straight rye, which I've never tried before. 94 proof rye.
This is new? This is the first time you're trying it?
Mm-hmm. I drink the bourbon all the time. I've never tried the rye.
Well, what's the verdict?
It's pretty good. Prefer the bourbon, but pretty good.
Pretty good. Well, there you go. I'm glad to be a part of this. I'm glad to be, witnessing the first time you try something.
Yeah, I've done some damage.
Yeah, that's a lot. Raanen has already gotten canceled by that point. He's drinking that much. And let me tell you something about the Jews.
And I'm sober.
Yeah. You know what? Something I've realized that I kind of wanted to talk about is my stance on COVID. And what that has become since all of this stuff has kind of come more to light, and especially with all the vaccines lately. My stance is, whatever your stance on COVID is, I think the opposite. Basically. So whoever I'm talking to at that time, I'm like, I see these people and they're like anti-vaxxers. And I'm like, you fucking dummies. Like, what an idiot. Oh, you really think the fucking vaccine is fucking gonna kill you and do all this shit? Like, what a dumb fuck. And then I see all these other people be like, yeah, you should get your second booster shot. I'm like, you dumb fuck. You're getting another vaccine. What a fucking idiot. Oh my God. I guess you'll just do anything that they tell you to do. So yeah, I'm really happy that Facebook has just polarized me to everybody at this point. It's like, can't there be some sort of middle ground? Can't we just have people that you have one vaccine, you're okay with that, but you still want to not wear a mask, but you still want to do this and do that? And it's like, fuck, man, I want to find the blend, find the right blend to where I can just live and let live. But it doesn't happen. You go on Facebook, you're fucked, bro. You're gonna find somebody to argue with real quick.
Yeah, that's why I just don't post about that shit.
Yeah, I've gotten good at that. I've gotten really good at holding my tongue about any political stuff, any COVID stuff, even the Dave Chappelle thing. I wanted to speak out on that and be like, hey, it's comedy. It's just, I haven't even seen the fucking special, but I can't believe in my heart of hearts that Dave Chappelle is really hates trans people, you know what I mean? Or wants to see them suffer or in pain or wants to enact any violence towards them. But a lot of people on my friends list apparently think that way now because of this special. And I'm not sure if they've even seen it either. Have you seen it?
I have.
What are your thoughts on it?
They're fucking jokes.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel.
I am also not part of that community.
Yeah. And same. That's the other thing. Like, sure, I don't want anybody to feel hurt or scared for their lives because they feel like different and because of whatever their choices in life may not be, like widely accepted or whatever, at least understood even. But at the same time, like, yeah, I feel like comedians are like the last bastion of free speech in the world. And like, when we're starting to stifle them, like, it's just not a good thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if they are saying hateful things or shitty things, it's like, we need to hear those opinions or we need to hear those jokes. We need to hear it all just to take it into account. And then you can decide from there, okay, well, I want to continue to listen to Dave Chappelle, or I disagree with what he said, but you're going to discount everything else he did because of maybe one thing, I feel like that's also a little harsh.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think people offended by it are doing the right thing and voting with their wallets.
Yeah.
If Netflix doesn't think Dave Chappelle's profitable anymore, they won't put him up.
Yeah. But clearly, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, no. The president has retracted his. Like, I didn't realize I was being hurtful.
Oh, but what did he say? Did the president even say something that was that hurtful?
Oh, he's just like, I support comedy. I support Dave.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you bastard. You transphobe motherfucker. That's how it goes, man. They get out the pitchforks as soon as they can.
And that's the thing. It's comedy. It's up to interpretation. It's up to... I don't think Dave said anything out of malice.
Yeah.
Now, there are stories going about that he didn't show to the funeral of his friend that he talks about in the special, his trans friend that was in the special.
Mm-hmm.
And her former roommate is very upset that Dave is invoking her name to justify his trans jokes when he when she passed, didn't seem to actually give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's probably not the greatest thing. I can agree with that, sure. If all of that is true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
I am merely regurgitating someone else's fucking story.
Yeah, and that's all we can do at this point.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah. Who fucking knows, man? I know I saw a lot of people dying on both sides of that hill. I was like, all right, I'm going to sit this one out. Even though I do feel like we can't censor comedians. Like, we can't censor art, you know? And that was perhaps the point that I wanted to make in that instance, was that, like, are you going to ban people from writing songs that you don't agree with? Like Cannibal Corpse, you know what I mean? Are we going to cancel Cannibal Corpse because they write about killing babies and doing all sorts of fucked up shit or whatever? It's like, it's art.
You're going to ban horror movies?
It's
they
art,
murder
yeah.
a lot of people?
Exactly, yeah. Or fucking whatever, you know what I mean? You fucking name it. So yeah, that's when things kind of start to get fishy, where it's like...
But it's also like, we are not members of that group. We are not members of that marginalized group. If you're a member of that marginalized group, I could definitely be like, understand where you're like, well, in my mind, this motherfucker is just promoting hate speech.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be particularly tolerant if someone's like, I'm a fucking neo-Nazi, fuck the Jews.
Yeah.
May not be so supportive of fucking Screwdriver.
But is that what Dave Chappelle is really doing in this instance? You know what I mean? I feel
But that's up to interpretation.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
I'm also not a member of that marginalized group.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the problem with being a white man, is you can't have any opinion on any of these.
Oh, I got plenty of opinions on a lot of shit.
Just got to keep them to yourself.
No, you've listened to this show. Come on. All I do is spout bad opinions.
Well, but you don't care about being canceled either.
I super don't.
See, you know, maybe one day I'll get that WWE job, and I'll have to pay for everything I've ever said on this podcast. And that's the best part, is it's all going to be on this podcast. Anything that you can cancel me from, just search previous and or current and Now We Drink episodes.
Vince, if you want to cut me a check to shut me the fuck up and take episodes down, I'll take your money.
Well, dude, did you hear about that writer that got fucking fired for going on a podcast? Mm-mm. It was amazing. They totally deserved to be fired. They fucked up really bad.
What happened?
They hired a comedy writer, that's what they do nowadays. They hire fucking comedy writers and stupid fucking people that have nothing to do with the wrestling business, don't even know about the wrestling business, to write wrestling. And so they had this girl who's like some, you know, whatever the fuck, and she works for she was working for a nonprofit, and she went on a podcast and talked about how she is, you know, works this new job, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, she's like, yeah, I think Bobby Lashley, she didn't even have his name right. Like, he's the champion, and they're part of this group called the Hurt Business, and they're like, we're cool. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then she's like, yeah, I went out on a date with this guy, and he goes, don't you feel like your credibility is ruined by working for a pro wrestling company, you know, WWE, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, yeah, but they pay me more than my nonprofit, so it's a pretty good job, and I got to keep it. And she was fired like 2 days after that, like as soon as that shit leaked, because like somebody got wind of it one way or another, and it got back to the people. It's like, you fucking idiot. How stupid could you be to where you fucking go on a podcast, talk shit about wrestling, and like you think that wrestling fans aren't going to hear about it? The people who are probably the most active people on the internet like ever. Like if you look at the metrics and shit like that for WWE and stuff, like as far as social media goes, like they fucking crush everything. They crush NFL, NBA, like all that stuff, because it's a worldwide thing, and it's all fucking nerds like me, you know what I mean, who have nothing better to do but talk shit and get fucking, you know, pissed off about stuff. And yeah, man, that lady blew it really hard. And that was a great moment of poetic justice, where it's like, yes, you totally fucking deserve to be fired. First of all, you shouldn't be working there in the first place. Have some fucking knowledge about wrestling before you go into this.
I mean, you can learn on the job. It's not like there's continuity in the storylines.
Pretend to care. Like, fucking pretend to care. Look some shit up. Be like, you know what? I just got this wrestling job. So, you know, maybe I ask my boss or some people ahead of me, what is some materials I should read or some things I should watch, you know, etc. Because, I mean, that's what, like, you know, when actors go do comic book roles, they go to the comic book store and ask the fucking guy behind the stage, like, hey, or behind the behind the
comic
glass.
book shop are you going to that like comic book guys on a stage?
Here's your copy of Captain America #2. Number 2.
Oh, if I spent the money on Captain America #2, they better do a song and dance. That is a fucking expensive comic.
Is it how? What's the market MSP on that?
Oh, goddamn.
We'll look that up. In the meantime, it's like, yeah, they go and they ask the dude, hey, what's some required reading? I'm about to play the Joker. Oh, here, you need this, you need Killing Joke, you need whatever.
200,000.
200,000. Damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, you better do a song and dance if I'm buying that motherfucker. It was Captain America #2 or a Bentley, and I went with Captain America #2.
That's retirement money right there, yeah.
How cheap are you living that you think you can retire on 200,000?
I could easily retire on 200,000, no problem. I probably make less than 20 grand a year for sure. For sure.
I mean, I do on paper.
Yeah. I mean, I do, period. Yeah. So I could.
Are you getting them food stamps yet?
No problem. I was for a little while, but I'm not. I just started making enough money to where I'm like, I don't need it anymore.
But it's free money.
I know. I should probably get back on it. It's just the sign up and shit. That's like that alone is more effort than the $150 than you get having to go to fucking DPSS and deal with those motherfuckers. I don't know. I'll get back on them eventually.
Get back on them food stamps, Raanen.
Yeah, you're right. My rent did just increase $100, so might as well find a way to.
Food stamps.
Oh, dude, I don't know what it is. I think just all my constant manifesting, but like I've been able to take a lot of time off my shoot job, which is great. Like I've like worked like 1 to maybe 3 days a week for like the past like month or two, and I'm still doing good. All that shit about like, oh, I wanted my calendar to fill up with gigs. It filled up with gigs, you know, like I want to find other ways to make money. Like found some rehearsals and different things that I could start going to get paid, which is a fucking dream come true. I'm really loving not working that job. And like somehow now I'm making more than I was when I was working my ass off. And like I'm living in a more expensive place. Like it's not making any sense. The logic here is completely opposite. Like I'm being lazy and being rewarded for it. So
I mean, I hate to break it to you, Raanen, it's not really hard to make over $20,000 a year.
You'd be surprised for this guy, brother. I would be surprised if I ever have made $20,000 in a year. I might have. There might have been one year I made it, but I don't think so, dude. I honestly think I'm like closer to like 18, 17. It was 17 to 19.
How is that possible?
I live within my means.
I mean, how is that possible? Like, seriously, that is like less than minimum wage right now. Minimum wage at $40 an hour, or 40 hours a week is fucking $30,000 a year.
Okay, so then maybe I did make that much. I don't know. That's the thing, though. I don't work 40 hours a week, usually ever.
Yeah, you also don't work for minimum wage all the time.
Yeah, and that's the other beautiful thing.
Right, so you should be making more.
No, because I'm working less. See, it balances out because I work far less. So it's like my time to me is so much more valuable than usually what I'm getting paid for it. So I'm like, all right, I see an opportunity to like not make money as I'm actually saving money. And it's been fucking true. It's been happening to where it's like, okay, I can work this day tomorrow, or I could get somebody to cover it and like have a day to myself. And like, even if I go spend money, I'm still netting. I'm still netting a good amount. It's all fucking good.
All right.
It's been working, man. I've been able to afford the all-you-can-eat sushi like once every 2 weeks, bro. It's crazy. That was like a once a month fucking affording. There was a hot minute where I was doing it once a week, where it was just like I was getting sick of all-you-can-eat sushi. I'm like, oh gosh, this again.
You're gonna get the Jeremy Piven mercury poison?
Perhaps, man, from the places I go to, especially if it's all you can eat. You know what I mean? You don't know what kind of regulation those fishes are going through,
or what kind of fish you're actually eating.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm definitely. If it was the fish that they say it was, I'm breaking their bank big time every time I show up. Well, they know. They know when me and you come in, they're like, "Oh, these fuckers, we can't."
Dude, I roll in stretchy pants. They gotta know.
we can't handle this. I told you a couple weeks ago I went and I actually had to I got a little upset with the wait staff because they didn't believe that I was going to eat what I was going to order. like, like it was me, Mike, and Matt, my roommate Mike, and our other friend Matt. And we go at like the last hour of all you can eat sushi. So it's like, okay, we only have time to make 2 orders. So like first order, like I'm ordering big, and they like keep bringing us stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I do the second order, and it's like pretty much the same as the first order, maybe a little bit more. And the person takes the thing and they go and they're like, oh, you realize like you ordered this, this, and that, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know.
And make it snappy, motherfucker.
And they're like, okay, all right, cool, no worries. And then they walk away. Somebody else, like they're looking over it. The other person grabs the menu, comes up to me, like, yeah, we just wanted to make sure that you ordered all this. I'm like, yes, I did. Thank you. I'm like, okay, cool. A third person comes up. They go, hey, we're about to close. You guys wanted to order this, right? Yes, I did. Thank you. I realize I look skinny, but I'm going to eat this. And they're like, okay. A fucking fourth person came up. 4 goddamn people came up to affirm and make sure that I wanted this sushi. And by the 4th person, I was like, yes, I want it. Yeah, I interrupted them before they said, yes, bring me my fucking sushi. Like, please. I know it seems crazy. If I don't eat it all, I'll pay for it. I know the policy. You guys gave me the fucking policy before this. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Just give me my sushi. And yeah, we got it, and I ate it all. And they were like,
see, I have never gotten that in my life. Not once.
Yeah, that was good for you. I don't know what it was, man. Maybe it was something in the cut of my jib that day they just didn't like. But
they see this fat fuck, and they're like, yeah, that fucking good.
Yeah, he'll eat it.
He's gonna fucking eat. My favorite is when you go to the Brazilian barbecue places with meat on a sword and shit,
and they have the flip the card, and you never turn the card over.
I know I've outstayed my welcome when the manager comes up and is like, is there a specific cut you're looking for? That has happened on multiple occasions.
Damn, bro.
They're like, yo,
we'll just slice one of them off the sword for you and drop it and drop the whole piece there.
Like, what cut do you want to get the fuck out of here?
Fuck, dude. I haven't been to a churrascaria in a hot minute.
Oh, I love churrascarias.
It's been like more than 10 years since I've been to one.
Really?
Yeah.
Fix that shit, man. We should all go do like a Fogo night or some shit.
Yeah. Is there a better one here? I think somebody was saying that there is a good one here that you can get. There's multiple Fogo locations, and then there's one that I haven't tried, like in K-Town over by the Wiltern. That's not a Fogo, right?
That's not Fogo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because I would like to.
And then there's the fucking one in Universal City, but that one's garbage.
I've never been to that one.
It's garbage.
Good to know. Won't go to Universal City.
Two for one on Groupon usually, but it's like there's a reason it's 2 for 1 on Groupon usually.
It's in it's on City Walk.
Yeah, it's in City Walk.
Yeah, well that makes sense. You're gonna fucking overpay for anything over there. You know.
I mean, paying for it 2 for 1, it was cheap, but it was just like, yeah, the cuts are not worth it.
Not good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess then if there isn't another place, we will have to do Fogo. We'll have to go to the classy one in Beverly Hills or whatever the fuck.
Oh, the Beverly Hills one, not even downtown?
Yeah. Yeah, where's the downtown one on a rooftop?
No.
Yeah, then fuck it.
Is the one in Beverly Hills on a rooftop?
No, but it's in Beverly Hills. That's close enough to being on a rooftop. That's close enough to looking down all the plebeians.
That's right, we're eating at a national chain. We are so fucking fancy.
Is it plebeians or plebeians?
Plebeians, I believe.
That's what I thought too, but I heard it was plebes. People said plebes.
I don't fucking know. I don't use that word.
Yeah.
I don't look down on people like that, Raanen Bozzio.
Oh, I mean.
I don't come from rock royalty and shit.
I don't look down on people because I come from rock royalty. I look down on people because I don't like people, I guess.
That has nothing to do with your upbringing or who your father is or anything like that.
Yeah, no, 100%. My family never raised me to look down on people. That's a habit I developed on my own.
Is your father proud of it though?
It depends on who I'm looking down on. You know, my father looks down on people, some people. You know, everybody does, right? That's just a part of life.
I think of everyone equally.
That is fake news, 100%. I know.
Oh no, I just like most people, so.
Yeah, exactly. I know you look down on a lot of people. It's all good though. We'll keep that to myself.
Oh no. I dislike humanity. I like individuals.
Okay. See, I like both. I like humanity. I feel like humanity's good because it's like, I'm not going to lump in, I'm going to take the good and leave the bad, you know?
No, the majority of humanity sucks.
You think so?
Oh, yes.
I don't think so. Do they really?
Oh, yes.
I don't think you could know. You could, well, clearly you couldn't spend enough time in your life getting to know every person in the world. But I feel like even if you did, you would be like, okay, I feel like most of them are good. I mean, wouldn't the world be in like more chaos if it wasn't? I
The
feel
world's pretty fucking chaotic, man.
it is, but it's not the purge. You know what I mean? Like yet.
I mean, most people just don't have the balls for it to be the purge.
Yeah, that's all we need is little balls. This country's turned into pussies. We need the purge. That'll clean it up. Actually, if you think about it, maybe it would. You know, maybe it would help. It depends on who we're purging, though. You know what I mean? It would have to be a selective purging.
Oh, that's what's getting you canceled. The selective purging.
I mean,
Wow, Raanen. Wow.
I didn't say who I would select. You know, it could be
You implied. Wow, Raanen.
you
Wow.
implied. You
Wow.
implied, motherfucker. You implied.
I did not say the word selective purging.
Yeah, selective purging. That doesn't mean I would select a certain group. I'm just selecting certain people. Not certain
How would you
groups.
determine
Wow.
those people there, Raanen?
I don't know, by their behavior, not by things that they can't control, such as their race or sexuality.
Oh, see, I would just go by their IQ.
See, that's one. But see, you can't control that, and it's like,
Yeah, their fucking problem. They're not smart enough to figure it out.
I don't know, bro. No, there's some really good-hearted and
There's some really hot, dumb people. I get it.
exactly. Think about that, dude. If you did it by IQ, bro, good luck getting laid. You know, have fun with that, man. That's gonna be the most boring fucking sex for the rest of your life. Or actually,
Oh, no, I know some very smart people that have some very kinky sex.
well, and not only that, but yeah, I would say probably uglier people fuck better. So maybe it would be a better thing overall, you know. But then again, I'd rather fuck somebody who's good looking who's not good at it, right? Than fuck an ugly person that's good at it. Because for me, it's like I can do enough of the work. That's like, all right, I'm fine, you know. Sex is 90% me every time anyway, you know what I mean?
Raanen Bozzio, just masturbating inside people.
No. You know, I'm a giver, man. I'm very
Totally pops.
well, and that's the thing. Sometimes I don't even pop, bro. So you could get really lucky, you know?
Yeah, have a sore vagina and no one finished.
No one. Just that's it. I'm just aimlessly shoving my dick into a girl, hurting her. No pleasure. She's not enjoying it. And we're both sore at the end of it.
I mean, what's sad to say is I've definitely had that drunk sex session before.
Yeah, maybe I have. But even then, I feel like I've only really disappointed at the bat twice. Like, no, once for sure. Twice, maybe. But other than that, like if I had reviews for Yelp on my sex, it would be like 4.5 stars.
I hate to break it to you. Every time you don't pop, that's a negative review.
I know it is. Well, that's why it's 4.5. It's not full 5 stars because it would be probably closer to 5 stars if it wasn't that.
I definitely hooked up with a girl who was like, I'd been drinking and like I just was not popping, and she hung out until like we went multiple times till I popped, and like the second I popped, she was like, "Okay, I'm going home."
Wow.
She's just like, "I am not leaving without that O."
Damn, she wanted it. She needed the victory, man.
She's like, "No, my ego can't handle that. You're not finishing."
And that's how I feel a lot of the times too. Like I don't get like for me, it doesn't matter if I don't come because like I'll just have the girl sit on my face and I'll jerk off at the end. But it's like I need to make sure you're coming. You know what I mean? Like I put in that work. That's like a thing because like that will increase my chances of coming vaginally, right? You know what I mean? Or else it's like it can be it doesn't even happen sometimes. Like either I'm too in my head or I've been beating my meat for so long that it's just insensitive at this point, which could be, you know, probably closer to reality. Perhaps it was the fact I was circumcised, you know what I mean? And then my the nerve endings on my penis have been fused out like an old circuit board in a Resident Evil game. You need to go down to room 2B to get the switch and bring it back up if you want to open the door.
That's the only way Raanen can come.
Yeah, exactly. You need the club key. But anyway, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I am thankful I'm circumcised. Because if I was uncircumcised, holy shit, I'd be a sex addict.
Would you?
Oh,
Because it feels that much better. Is that what
I'm
say?
assuming.
I don't know. I feel like
if sex felt an iota better than it does, I'd be a sex addict.
I guess so.
If I self-lubricated, oh yeah, it'd be over.
Yeah. I definitely, yeah, I go dry every time, bro.
You're not supposed to do that.
What do you mean you're not supposed to do that?
You should, your partner should be self-lubricating, or you should be using lube.
No, I'm talking about when I jerk off, yeah. No, I don't use lube. I go dry every time, man. Almost every time. It can cause problems sometimes. Sometimes you get a little too excited. Oh, one time I was
Did you rip your dick?
A girl ripped my dick one time. We were going at it, and she was squirting a lot. And she was on birth control, so we weren't using a condom. And so, yeah, the squirt drying up, and then she started riding my face and jerking me, and she had a ring on too. And it was like just the perfect combination to create some sort of tear in my dick. So I had a cut up tear. I thought I had herpes for like a week or so. I was like, fuck, did this just happen? It's like, oh, wait, no. She was like aggressively jerking me, dry hand with dried squirt juice, you know, kind of intensifying the meat. You know what I mean? It blistered the meat up. So it was not good, man. That was one of the roughest times in my life. And so, yeah, sometimes that will happen, especially lately. Like, I've been like doing a lot of crazy workouts lately. My hands have gotten like wild calluses lately. So you got to be careful.
So your hands have become like a fleshlight? It's fucking ribbed?
Yeah. My hands have become like a cheese grater, bro. Fleshlight is nice.
Are you screaming ECW as you fucking jerk off now?
Onita's going to put me in, bro.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
I don't even need a foreign object. All I have to do is in a match, I just rub my hand on somebody's face and it cuts them all up. They're like, fuck, they start bleeding.
Holy shit, Brandon's gave him the crimson mask.
Yeah, exactly. Just rub their forehead lightly. That could be actually a pretty great gimmick, you know, one day. One day I'll be calloused enough to slice men's faces open with my hand.
Callous Raanen Bozzio.
Hey, you know, would that be my wrestler name? What is the best wrestler nickname for me? I feel like it's Rain and Blood. I feel like that's the best one. Rain and Blood Bozzio, you know?
Ugh.
No, you don't think so?
A little too cheesy.
All right, well, what do you got?
For you?
Yeah.
The Rain Man, Raanen Bozzio.
Rain Man, yeah, I mean, I get called the Rain Man plenty of times in my life, for sure. I guess so. That could be one.
Do all these fucking, promos about, like, just doing bad math. It's like,
Wapner. Wapner at 7.
Wapner at 7. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. It's just like... Whoever I'm wrestling. It's like Randy Orton. Orton at 7 in North Carolina. Definitely Orton at 7. Orton on SmackDown.
Definitely. It'll be a 3 count.
Actually, and you know what I noticed too, which is kind of cool? I didn't even plan this, but my shirt kind of matches with your background. Do you notice this? Do you see the black?
This is great podcast content.
Do you see the black and the white? Hey, you know what? This is some fucking incentive for all you cocksuckers out there listening to join the Patreon for Matt Slayer and Now We Drink. And, get some extra content. You can see how well this shirt blends into the background. You can see the calluses. You can see the dick blistering calluses on these fucking hands.
You know that's going to be a clip, right? It's going to be a clip.
Oh, man, it is what it is. I'm glad, my fingering fingers, they stop at the calluses or else we could have...
It'd be for her pleasure. It's fine.
Again, there's not ribbing involved. You're imagining like some nice bumps, you know what I mean? Whatever's going on in your head. I mean, I guess they're not as bad right now. But I mean, feel
no, I don't need to feel your dried semen.
You don't want to touch my hands? This is not... Come on, these hands are clean since the last time I jerked off, at least.
You jerked off right before we got on air.
I took a shower.
literally right before we got on air.
I went into that room right over there, closed the door as soon as I walked in. Slayer, while you set up, I got to handle some business real quick.
You told me you had to relax before the show.
Well, you'd know because there would be a red blood pool in my chair if that was the case. I've been playing way too much Resident Evil, if you can't tell.
There's a lot of masturbation in Resident Evil.
Just gore, probably bloody crotches of some sort. I know there's definitely vampire women, and I'm sure if they're getting they're like kind of vampire women. I don't know what the fuck they are. They're like some definite creatures, but they got some like Melina teeth. And you know that shit'll fuck your dick right up, bro. Oh, have you ever been with a girl with Melina teeth?
Thankfully, no.
I have.
I've definitely had ones that, bad canines, but that's about it.
Yeah, see, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Like, teeth, it is what it is.
As long as they have them.
Even if they don't, you know what I mean? I can deal with that, I'm open-minded. But the blowy with the Melina teeth, that's when things start to get dangerous. That's when, like, you're putting it into a chainsaw. You're like, all right, just hope for the fucking best. That's where you're like, no. They're like, what? Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Just, No, never happened to you? Only
Thankfully,
me?
no.
Okay, well, I'm sure there's some people out there that can relate to that story.
To the toothy, painful blowjob? I'm sure there are.
I guess it's like with braces. I was never with a girl with braces. I never got to experience the brace blowy, but I heard that's kind of the similar experience.
I mean, the brace blowy was never a problem. Like,
really?
They're not blowing you with the front of their fucking teeth.
I heard that's not what it's like though. I heard it could still be some skin could get snagged in there,
I guess the person who gave me a brace blowy knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, they covered it with the lips. They probably gave you a gummy,
Or they just I don't know. It was fine.
You ever have the old Franken beans pulled on you?
Thankfully, no.
Ever zipped up? Done that before.
How?
Because you're going commando, and you do the zip up. It just a snag. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like Ben
Stiller and
something about Mary. Yeah, but it was definitely just a part of skin, not foreskin, but it was more on the base. But that's a
you do that once, huh?
That's a life. That's a life-altering moment right there. You start completely thinking differently about the way you zip yourself up after that.
You're like, they invented underwear for a fucking reason. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, man, dude. I don't know why I was going to commando for a while. It was kind of like a thing to just do to be like cool or something. I don't know what the deal was. But thinking back on it, I don't know how I ever got along going commando. You know what I mean? It's real dangerous business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Underwear science is important.
Yeah, it helps. It helps keeps things kind of stable.
Although, this episode of Now We Drink brought to you by MeUndies. I wish. No, I wish.
Sheath?
I fucking wish. That would have been an amazing segue. Sponsor me.
Hit up your boy Eddie. Maybe Eddie can hook you up with the Sheath.
I talked to Eddie, and he put me in contact with this guy, and then this guy never got a hold of me, so, yeah.
That's what happens. It's because we don't have 10,000 followers. Same thing with the joints guy. I tried to hit up the joints. Eddie was like, oh, you should hit him up, blah, 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 this and that. It should, he'll totally hook you up with some stuff. Like, yeah, why not? I'll make, a really good post about it, because, I've used the product before. Eddie hooks me up with it all the time, blah, 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 and I sent him a thing. So I was like, I saw you notice my post, blah, blah, blah. Think is there any way I could get some of those? They don't have them here in California. I can't get them in any stores. We have to wait on shipping right now. I'm like, okay, I know what that means. I know it means I don't have enough followers yet. One day I'll have enough followers to get almost anything that I want. I feel
anything you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It is. The paid partnership with fucking Welch's grape juice that TJ Dillashaw had right after getting popped for EPO. That was the most fucking ironic shit ever. You're really gonna do a juice company?
They're paying him.
Hey.
He probably didn't have a morality clause in his contract or anything.
I mean, he wasn't gonna be able to fight for a couple of years, so got to make that money somehow.
Got to make that money.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, and now he might be fighting for the belt again sooner than later.
Well, it'll be interesting because if we have Peter Yan, versus Sandhagen, and Dillashaw just beat Sandhagen, so it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably either way. TJ's probably going to fight. Well, what might happen? It depends on who's ready. But if TJ's ready in time to fight Aljo, he might fight Aljo, and then the winner of that fights the winner of Yan and Sandhagen. But yeah, I don't know what happens to Aljo after that last time. He got pretty brutalized.
Yep. Yeah. Took that W.
Hey, man, why not? Might as well. And it's a surprise that more people don't do that, Most fighters just want to go, fucking, I'm going to go out on my shield. We're going to fight and lose if I have to. But apparently it's something crazy, like every time that there's been like an illegal knee or like some weird shit like that, low blow, etc., the fighter who's chose to continue always loses. I think it's like 100% of the time they've always lost. So it's like, all right, yeah, no shit. He made the right fucking choice. Get that money. Get that belt money too.
Right?
Yeah. You get your
especially because him and Peter Yan do not like each other. It'd be like one thing if you're like fighting a dude you respect and he threw a fucking illegal knee accidentally.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I respect you. We'll keep fighting. But like, no, I fucking hate this dude. He just gave me the opportunity to win at his expense.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck him.
Yeah. And speaking of fuck him, fuck you if you don't come to the Chain Flower show this Thursday at Viper Room, October 28th.
That would be tonight when this airs.
So what better way to have a day, right? You start it, you wake up early, you've already downloaded the new episode of Now We Drink.
You can't even get the name of the episode right. Good shit.
Still, all these years later, I'm still fucking up the title. You see, oh man, Raanen Bozzio, classic guest, return. He's like the Joey Diaz of fucking And Now We Drink. This is going to be a great one. You listen to it. You had to put up with 2 hours of us talking about absolute bullshit, fucking struggling to complete full sentences, and a good 30 minutes of dead air between us trying to figure out what the next thing we're going to say is. And then you find out you get to go see Raanen play live with Chainflower, our first performance together as a band in public, if you will. If I were to quote Dusty Rhodes, baby, we're going to do it with a bicycle, all right? But yeah, come see us play. 11 o'clock, we're on at 11, so show up at 10:30 or show up before that and see all the other great bands. But since it's so close to Halloween, you can show up dressed up. Matt will be there in spirit. You know what I mean? He's got more important things to do.
I play games on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. He has more important interactions than actual social interactions. Virtual social interactions.
Hey, I have a community to support.
Hey, it makes sense, bro. And if they're making you money, you know what I mean? I support that. So I do get that. But, a unique plot twist is going to happen when all your streaming people end up skipping out on your stream to show up to the Chain Flower show.
That'd be pretty impressive since they're all over the fucking country.
Hey, wilder things have happened.
People just getting on flights from West Virginia to come see Chain Flower.
Getting on same day flights, fucking traveling all the way across, staying at the Mondrian Hotel, not realizing that they just booked themselves for $320 a night.
On the cheap end.
Yeah, exactly. That's in the storage closet.
You don't even get a bed for $325 a night.
It's like that Best in Show scene. Throw them in the fucking storage closet. Classic shit. But anyway, come out to the fucking show. I have to leave because I have to go to another rehearsal right now. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Not Chain Flower, but I wish I could stay around longer. I've really enjoyed.
Well, it's perfect timing. It's right about that time for last call.
Perfect.
So where can they find the other things and where can they get tickets for this show, Mr. Bozzio?
Everything on my social media is Raanen Bozzio. The name that you see in your podcast thing, the name that you see on the Patreon, wherever you're watching this. I'll spell it out for you. RAANENBOZZIO. No spaces at Raanen Bozzio. Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/rainplays, RAANPLAYS.
Why is that not Raanen Bozzio?
Because I wanted to make a little more unique name for my Twitch. I wanted it to be something that kind of tied into my Twitch, yet I didn't want it to be my full name because I didn't want people just like looking me up from Twitch. I mean, I'm sure they will anyway, but it's like, I don't know.
You want social interaction. Why would you not want them looking you up?
I don't know what my logic there is, but I was thinking about like the whole like swatting thing, you know, and like the people playing the e-pranks on each other. And like if my Twitch stream ever gets big enough to where people pull e-pranks on me.
It still says Raanen Bozzio on it.
And swat me. Yeah, but whatever. Rain Plays has a good ring to it. I like Rain Plays. You don't like Rain Plays? No?
You have a unique enough name to actually have the goddamn URL, and you're...
Yeah, but if my Twitch is Raanen Bozzio, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, unless they know who I am. But I was trying to reach a new audience in Twitch, so I figured I could start from a clean slate as Rain Plays and go from there. But it is what it is.
As your lawyer, this is a horrible plan.
How much am I paying you per hour?
I mean, that's why you're making so little a year.
Exactly. I just now realized I should have been hiring somebody to handle my finances rather than a lawyer this whole fucking time. God damn it. But anyway, yeah, those are my socials. And then Chainflower is like at Chainflower Music on everything. There's an Eventbrite link on all of our socials to buy tickets to the show. And
if you shoot that over to me, I'll put it in the show description too.
Perfect. Yeah. And I think it's like 15 at the door or 15 in advance, 20 at the door, something like that.
If you tell the door guy you fucked Raanen, it's only 10.
No, actually it costs more to get in that way. I don't need an army full of angry customers. People are upset. Yeah, that could not be. That's one of those things, man. And that's a scary thing about being a musician too, inviting girls to shows and girls that might have been with you at one point, and then you're with a girl at that time. And there's all sorts of weird, scary, like Three's Company shit that can fucking happen with that, you know? But yeah, check us out on all those socials. And please follow my Twitch. I'm part of the And You Laugh, We Die. And You Laugh, We Die.
He hasn't even been drinking, folks.
And Now We Laugh and You Drink podcast, YouTube gaming channel, Twitch stream. Yeah, we'll see you guys all words. There. Yeah, and you know what? Now's no better time to tune into it because I'm doing a lot of Halloween themed content. So it's Resident Evil and Castlevania. If you like spooky, scary shit, we're definitely doing Halloween themed streams. And very soon coming drum streams. I'm getting that Wi-Fi router, and we're gonna be good to go, baby.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, as always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer.
He can't even fucking say it. See, my shit's rubbing off on Matt. He spent too much time with me. Now he's starting to become an idiot too.
As always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt Evans Slayer on Facebook, twitch.tv/Matt Evans Slayer, the Patreon that we keep talking about that has the exclusive video content, exclusive other video content, and all sorts of stuff at patreon.com/Matt Slayer.
You can see how my shirt matches with the background on Patreon, so it's worth it.
You can indeed. You can also find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink _ on Instagram. And until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.